I saw that you have a few questions here regarding this trade, and I believe you took a trade somewhere around this area. Let me check once again. No, it was a little bit after that. It was actually somewhere around this area here. Okay, so let me go over the details behind this trade that I noticed. I saw that you were reading a lot the details of those sellers, or maybe those sellers here, and my suggestion to you is, or something that I want you to keep in mind is, when you look at this here, this is too much information. This is going to be very confusing to you if you read it like that. So let me show you how to improve your read in the market. So first of all, we are going to start by this area here, which I believe you did quite nicely on identifying that this pullback here had failed. Yes, you're right, this pullback here failed. So we have here on the left side, we have strong buyers and we have a range, and after this range here failed to make a new high, we have a breach of this range. Okay, we can say we have a clear pullback. Do we need always to have buyers, range, and a breach to call it a pullback? No, it's not always like this. The pullback can come in many different ways, but just think like that. If you were a seller and you see a range breaking to opposite direction, would you get interested to sell this pair? Yes, right? You had a range and a breach. We also look for a range and a breach, and sellers, they do exactly the same. So if you have here, you have a range and a breach, you can call this a pullback. Another kind of scenario that we expect for the pullback is if you have, like, the guy who started, if he's taken out, this we also call a pullback. And another scenario that we expect is we have an attempt from the buyers which failed. We also call this a pullback. Okay, so just different scenarios that we expect to see from the pullback. Okay, so we had a pullback looking at the 15 minutes. What happened to this pullback? The pullback failed. What does it mean? If the pullback here failed, most likely the 15 minutes time frame was not able to bring price further. If the 15 minutes is not able to bring price further, and you see that the pullback failed, what do you have to do next? You have to check from the 1 hour if you have a pullback there. But before you check if you have a pullback there, look at the conditions where you are now in the market. You are in the middle of a huge range. You don't have a clear direction from the market. All you have is this big range, which looks like it's getting a bit tighter and tighter. But you are in the middle of this mess here at this moment. So even if we have a pullback coming here on the 1 hour, which it looks like we have the buyers, we had the attempt of the buyers which failed, and we got sellers coming, right? We do have a pullback here, but look at the situation where you are in the market. You are in the middle of a range. And if we are in a range state, what is our job? To buy from the bottom and sell from the top. So yeah, keep that in mind. Next time, keep in mind the market state that you're in at the moment, and keep track also of when do I see my first pullback. Okay, this was my first pullback. This pullback failed. Let me check one time frame higher. When I check the time frame higher, I see this huge range. So this is going to help you a lot also to understand where you should safely take your trade. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Bye bye.